Spawn points. We all have them. Whether you come from a lush forested landscape or the driest desert, we all have a point of origin. Mine just so happened to be Las Vegas, Nevada, the city that some madmen decided to place in the middle of the Mojave Desert. Vegas has always been known for its flashy lights and big old casinos. Well, that's the Vegas Strip, that being. Las Vegas is far more than just gambling, bright lights, and the smell of cigarettes. There's a plethora of national parks and beautiful scenery within and around this little corner of southern Nevada. Now, being a massive nerd and living here in LV, it felt natural for me to make a video about a little game made by Obsidian Entertainment called Fallout New Vegas. I've always been super into the Fallout game since I was a wee lad, but I never got around to completing a full playthrough of 3 or New Vegas, so I figured it was about time I finally got to see the full extent of the madness that takes place in New Vegas. Small side note, most, if not all, of the footage you will see was recorded using the Viva New Vegas mod pack, which is a Vanilla Plus mod pack you can download from the Wabajack launcher. I also played Uranium Fever a bit as well, so that's thrown into the mix. With all that out of the way, I think it's about time we dive into this irradiated, desolate, insanity-filled wasteland wonderland of Fallout New Vegas.
Yippee-yay, there'll be no wedding bells for today. I got spurs that jingle, jangle, jingle,
Jingle jangle,
as I go riding merrily along.
jingle jangle,
And they sing, oh, ain't you glad you're single?
jingle jangle,
And that song ain't so very far from wrong.
jingle jangle,
Oh, Lily Bell,
oh Lily Bell,
oh, Lily Bell,
oh Lily Bell.
though I may have done some fooling, this is why I never fell. 'Cause I got spurs that jingle, jangle, jingle,
Jingle jangle,
as I go riding merrily along.
jingle jangle,
And they sing, oh, ain't you glad you're single?
jingle jangle,
And that song ain't so very far from wrong.
jingle jangle.
So what exactly is Fallout New Vegas? Well, New Vegas is a single-player RPG developed by Obsidian Entertainment and published by Bethesda in 2010. The game takes place in, you guessed it, Las Vegas, Nevada, in the year 2281. When you begin, all you know is that you are a courier en route to deliver a platinum chip. A man in a checkered suit greets you with a pistol to the face and shoots you for unknown reasons at the time. After that little mess, you awake after being saved by a doctor who helps you get your bearings back, pop in a couple skill points, and you're thrust off into the Mojave Wasteland. From here, the desert is your oyster. You can start your hunt for the man who shot you, or you can get nice and cozy here in Good Springs. You come into the Mojave equipped with something called a Pip-Boy. Through this device that is wrapped around the left forearm, you can access all things related to your character. When opening the map for the first time, I was honestly quite shocked. It's not massive like the standard titles we see today. It certainly isn't small by any means, but I just find it interesting that new games today go for the most expansive landscapes and fill them with barely anything. Here in New Vegas, this very reasonably sized sandbox is packed to the very top with locations in every single direction you travel. On top of that, all of the expansion areas are on their own maps entirely. There's a lot of game going on here. Through traveling to the many locales of the Mojave, you will come across many weapons to fit into your arsenal as well. I know a lot of people tend to write off the gameplay of the earlier Fallout titles because of their clunky nature, but honestly, I had a blast whether I was shooting a regular gun, an energy weapon, or doing straight up melee. Back to my original point. The diversity in loot you will find is amazing. The unique weapons such as Chance's knife or Father Elijah's laser rifle are really cool gems you can find in the world. There's so many Easter eggs calling back to old film and TV through the weapons or little comic books and magazines you can read to improve your skills. In traditional RPG fashion, we also have levels, and with those come perks and talent points. The RPG side of New Vegas is some of the most fun I've had making choices in a game in a long time. The amount of faction decisions alone are astounding. The player choice that is put into this game needs to be studied by all devs that aspire or are already creating RPG titles. Leveling skills such as charisma or intelligence grants you access to some of the coolest and funniest dialogue options in all of gaming.
Bald? You call this bald, Smoothskin? I'm a monster! A monster! Oh God, you're telling me the truth, aren't you? Oh no, how could they do this to me? For 2 years? My God, I've been a joke to them. Do you have any idea how easy it'd be for me to sabotage those rockets? That'd be a joke, huh? One hell of a joke.
Speaking of dialogue, the character writing in New Vegas is so well done. When I first got to Novak and experienced Boone's side quest about his wife being taken away, that really solidified it for me. Going around, finding clues and talking to the different NPCs, it was just so much fun. It made the world feel very lived in far before I even turned the game on. Discovering who was responsible for setting Boone's wife up was genuinely a surprise for me. It also had an incredibly satisfying ending to the side quests, with the culprit following you on a little walk and promptly getting their head blown off by Boone with a sniper rifle posted up inside a very large T-Rex. That sentence sounded crazy. Anywhoosies, this is just one of 75 plus side quests that are available for you to complete. Some of these side quests even help you make friends that can be recruited and become your companion. Companions have their own quests tied to them, so you can dive deeper into their lore as well. For a majority of my playthrough, I didn't have a companion at all, so that'll be something for me to dive deeper into on my next run. The New Vegas Strip alongside the Hoover Dam represents tremendous power in the Mojave Wasteland. With that being the case, of course many factions are going to try and make a push for domination in the area. New Vegas has a bunch of factions, but the major ones I would say are the NCR, New California Republic, the Brotherhood of Steel, Caesar's Legion, and Mr. House and his Securitron army. The New California Republic is a post-war federal republic founded in New California. They represent an old world government trying to hold on to the changes that came with the nukes. The Brotherhood of Steel is a post-war technology-focused paramilitary order with subgroups across the territory of the former United States of America. Caesar's Legion is an imperialistic slaver society and totalitarian dictatorship loosely modeled around the Roman Empire. Mr. House and his Securitron army are the rulers of the New Vegas Strip, with Mr. House himself being the former CEO of Robco Industries. All of these factions, alongside a few others like the Great Khans and the Boomers, play a very massive role in the fate of New Vegas and the greater Mojave Wasteland. Now, I didn't really get to experience Caesar or his legion in my playthrough because, well, I killed him. As soon as he sent me the little invitation to go see him, it was over. I knew what I was about to do. So I pulled up to his camp and wreaked absolute chaos on Caesar and his legion of peons. After that, I only dealt with small groups that were still trying to thrive in my desert.
My Arrakis.
I do.
As far as the Brotherhood went, well, again, okay, hear me out. I sided with the NCR, and I'm thinking they're gonna be on the best timing. But in typical faction power play action, bars, the NCR told me to go blow up the Brotherhood of Steel, so I did what any upstanding supporter of the new California Republic would do. And I made their bunker explode by playing with the wrong wires in their reactor room. So that just leaves us with one more faction, Mr. House and his army of bots, which I also proceeded to wipe clean off the map. Looking back, I was a war machine, and I would do it again. In all seriousness, I think that right there just goes to show the beauty of RPGs yet again. My playthrough was probably drastically different when compared to another. That just makes me even more excited to boot it up again and have another go in a different way and experience completely new storylines. When it comes to DLC, I haven't seen this level of quality in a hot minute. The last DLC that made me think this was probably Phantom Liberty for Cyberpunk 2077, and before that, I couldn't even tell you. New Vegas DLC is built different. Each of the DLC takes you on a completely separate journey in various areas around the Mojave. The first expansion, by the name of Dead Money, takes you on a heist to rob the vault of the Sierra Madre, a casino that was built before the bombs had fallen and has been preserved because it never got the chance to have an official grand opening. Then we have our second expansion titled Honest Hearts that takes you over to Zion National Park, a place I also got to visit for the very first time recently, and wow, you guys have to go. If you haven't already had the chance, it's one of the most beautiful, grandiose experiences you might ever have in your life. It's gorgeous. Just go. Honest Hearts is a journey through Zion, making an attempt to help a burned man named Joshua Graham and another man named Daniel navigate a conflict against another tribe in the area called the Whitelegs. This one might be my personal favorite simply because I've heard so much about Joshua Graham through the years, and it was so cool to finally see him in the game. Following Honest Hearts, we have another really cool one called the Old World Blues. Old World Blues begins by the courier stumbling upon a drive-in theater that plays a midnight movie every single day. When interacting with a special object, you are abducted and sent to a place called the Big MT, aka Big Mountain. When you awake, you discover that a bunch of scars now riddle your body. You stumble upon a group of pre-war scientists that replaced their human forms for machine bodies. The scientists then tell you about your recent surgeries and how they took your brain, spine, and heart. During the time you were knocked out, it seems someone has stolen your brain and now you have to go and get it back. Big MT is a really fun zone to explore, and the enemies within the zone represent the area perfectly with their overly mechanical designs. Last, but certainly not least, we have our final expansion called Lonesome Road. This is considered to be the proper conclusion to the game's storyline by most players, with it ending the through line of the plot from each of the other 3 DLCs and sending you into the final battle at the Hoover Dam to end the game. Lonesome Road brings the courier's story full circle when they are contacted by the original courier number 6, a man by the name of Ulysses. Courier 6 gives you the opportunity to go to the Divide, a landscape that is torn apart by previous doomsday activity and constantly torn up by earthquakes and violent storms. This final expansion sets the stage for a reunion of sorts between our Courier and Courier 6. Every single one of the storylines were a blast to play through, and maybe one day I'll do a dedicated video to each of them because they are all very layered, incredibly dense. It's definitely a tie between Dead Money and Honest Hearts for me at the moment in terms of favorites, though. I just had such a fun time going around and learning about the Sierra Madre and its inhabitants. Bethesda games have and always will be known for their tremendous modding communities. The New Vegas modding scene has done some insane work over the years to chisel the game into the perfect Fallout experience. You can fully modernize your game to the standards of today with many animations and texture mods. An insane amount of straight up fresh content is available through modding as well. Small things like a weapon or two all the way to full-on quests that can provide hours and hours of gameplay on top of the base experience that is already presented to you. As I said at the start of this video, I did all of my first playthrough on Viva New Vegas, which is a Vanilla Plus mod pack set up so you can still have a classic New Vegas experience with some quality of life and fresh animations. I had an amazing time playing this way, and it made the game a much more stable and bug-free experience. After messing around with Viva New Vegas, I moved over to Uranium Fever to see what was up with that, and I had no idea that you can play both Fallout 3 and New Vegas in a single game engine, that being New Vegas. In Uranium Fever, there's a mod called Tale of Two Wastelands. This mod allows you to take a train between the capital wasteland of Fallout 3 all the way over to the Mojave Wasteland of New Vegas. You can play through all of Fallout 3 and its DLC and hop on a train and do the same in New Vegas. This blew my mind, and I'm so happy that I discovered this. Currently, I'm going through Fallout 3 this way on a fresh save, and it's amazing. I highly recommend it. Thank you so much to the modding community for constantly providing all of us with this ridiculously amazing stuff for free. Modders really are the saving grace of a lot of games, and they deserve everything amazing in the world. Truly. Again, thank you guys so much. Now, during the course of me creating this video, I had to leave Las Vegas for a little bit and go over to California. When I was on the way back, my partner mentioned that we should stop in Prim because I had wanted to on the way there, but we didn't end up stopping at the time. So we got over to Prim and were shocked to see it so populated. It's normally a desolated wasteland with barely a single human in sight. This time, every single parking lot we could see was packed without a single spot in sight. Both of us were very confused and kept searching for a spot. As we were looking for somewhere to park, I noticed someone wearing an outfit resembling someone from the NCR. As we were slowly cruising forward and they walked closer on the sidewalk, I got a good look at them, and my jaw hit the floor. My eyes were correct, and that person was in full NCR cosplay. We eventually found a spot buried deep in the back of the parking lot. As we got out of the car, I saw more people dressed in the coolest cosplays, and I asked them with the biggest confused smile on my face, "What's going on?" They told me that the whole weekend there's a Fallout fan celebration where everyone goes over to Good Springs and other cool locales from the game. I had no idea that this was taking place, so the odds of this happening while I'm making this video was insane to me. We ended up walking around Prim and seeing everyone's awesome cosplays before eventually heading back home to Las Vegas. I had never heard of this event before, but seeing it right before my eyes was amazing. The amount of people that came out to show their love for Fallout was really special to me. I just love seeing all the nerds together. This is without a doubt the most densely packed game I have played in a long time. I knew I was completely consumed by it when I was already planning my next run in the middle of my first one. Fallout New Vegas is a one-of-a-kind gem that is very worthy of all the high praise. From the moment you step out into Good Springs, every single step you take in the Mojave just gets better and better. Sadly, we won't be getting another Fallout game for a very, very long time because Bethesda's, well, Bethesda. And honestly, it could come out and we could all hate it. I certainly didn't enjoy Starfield, so my hope in Bethesda games going forward is very minimal. Whether the next Bethesda game is good or not really doesn't matter to me anymore. Of course, it would be amazing for Elder Scrolls 6 and Fallout 5 to be everything we ever dreamed of, but at least I can already make the games I have, like Fallout New Vegas, exactly what I dreamed it to be right now. At the end, yet again. I've been itching to make a video inside a Bethesda game for a very long time. Not only for the cool camera tools, but the incredibly cozy nature that they can provide. It's safe to say that this scratched that itch for sure. I haven't enjoyed an RPG like this in a long time, so it felt really nice to just sit down and sink my teeth into a lengthy playthrough. Maybe I'll do another video about my next run of the game if I discover some more things I want to talk about. What's your favorite part of New Vegas? Let me know in the comments below. With that being said, it's time for me to return to the Mojave and see everything I didn't the first time. I hope you guys have a great rest of your day, night, or whatever the heck time it may be, and I'll catch you guys later. Peace, peace.